Hey everyone, and a massive, warm welcome back to the channel. To every single person watching this right now, wherever you are in the world, I am sending you the biggest, most positive vibes. I truly hope you're feeling fantastic, happy, and most importantly, healthy today. Take a deep breath, relax, and get ready for a journey to explore one of nature's most fascinating and controversial creations. Now, I want you to think about something that smells bad. Maybe you're thinking of rotten eggs, or week-old garbage, or maybe that leftover food you forgot in the back of your fridge. But what if I told you that there exists a fruit, a natural, growing-on-a-tree fruit, whose smell is so powerfully offensive that it's been banned from airplanes, hotels, and public transportation systems across Southeast Asia? I'm talking about a smell that has been described as a combination of raw sewage, rotting onions, and turpentine, all wrapped up in old gym socks. It's a smell so potent that it can seep through multiple layers of packaging and linger in a room for days. But here's the incredible paradox. This same fruit, with its horrifying odor, is considered an absolute delicacy, a heavenly tasting treasure worth millions of dollars in exports. It inspires fanatical devotion in its lovers, who describe its taste as a rich, creamy, sweet custard with notes of almond and caramel. This is the story of the durian, the king of fruits, and it is the wildest, most confusing, and most fascinating story in the entire world of food. How can one single fruit cause such extreme, opposite reactions? How can something that smells like biological warfare be considered the most delicious thing on the planet by millions of people? Let's dive into the stinky, spiky, and spectacular world of the durian. To understand the durian, you first have to meet it. Imagine a fruit that looks like it was designed by a medieval weaponsmith. It's about the size of a rugby ball, but it's covered in hard, sharp, pyramidal spikes that can seriously hurt you if you drop it. Its scientific name, Durio zibethinus, hints at its notorious aroma. Zibethinus refers to the civet cat, an animal known for its strong musky scent. But the durian's smell isn't just strong, it's complex. Scientists have analyzed its aroma and found a cocktail of over 50 different volatile compounds that all come together to create that infamous stench. There's ethanethiol, which is also found in skunk spray and added to natural gas, so we can smell leaks. There's compounds that smell like rotten eggs, hydrogen sulfide, and others that smell like onions, various sulfides. There's even one that smells like sweet caramel or honey, furanones, which is why some people detect a sweet note beneath the overpowering funk. This incredible chemical complexity is why the smell is so hard to pin down and why it affects people so differently. For some, their brain zeroes in on the foul, sulfuric notes. For others, their brain focuses on the sweet, fruity esters. It's a genetic and psychological lottery that determines whether you'll be a durian lover or a durian hater from your very first encounter. This split is so dramatic that it has created a cultural divide across Southeast Asia, where you'll see signs with a durian crossed by a red line, banning it from public spaces, right next to street vendors selling it with absolute pride. But why? Why would a fruit evolve to smell so horrendous to so many? In nature, smell is a tool for survival. For most sweet fruits, a pleasant smell is an advertisement to animals. It says, "Hey, come eat me. I'm sweet and ripe, and then you'll spread my seeds somewhere else." The durian, however, seems to have taken a different evolutionary path. It's native to the rainforests of Borneo and Sumatra, and its prime seed spreaders are not humans, but large mammals like elephants, tigers, and rhinoceroses. These animals have a much different sense of smell than we do. What smells putrid to our sensitive human noses might actually be an attractive, appetizing aroma to them. The durian's incredibly hard, spiky exterior also protects it from smaller animals who wouldn't be able to properly disperse the large seeds. Only a large, strong animal can crack it open. So, the durian's smell might be a very specific beacon, calling out to its preferred partners in the jungle. Its strategy is the opposite of a delicate strawberry. It's not a gentle invitation. It's a loud, pungent shout meant to cut through the dense, humid air of the rainforest and attract the biggest creatures around. For humans who stumbled upon it, it was a calculated risk. The smell was a warning, but the incredible taste and rich nutritional content inside were the ultimate reward for those brave enough to get past it. For those who love it, eating durian is not just a snack, it's a ritual, a social event, and a deeply sensory experience. The process of choosing a good durian is an art form. Connoisseurs will tap the spiky shell and listen to the sound it makes to determine if the flesh inside is ripe. They'll smell the stem and examine the color of the spikes. Once opened, the fruit reveals large, soft, pale yellow pods of flesh surrounding big seeds. The texture is what surprises most first-timers. It's not juicy like an orange. It's incredibly rich, creamy, and dense, like a firm, chilled cheesecake or a thick, silky mousse. The flavor is indescribably complex. It's sweet, like a rich vanilla custard, but it also has savory, cheesy notes. People detect hints of caramelized onion, garlic, almonds, and even a boozy quality. It's this wild combination of sweet and savory that makes it so addictive to its fans. In countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, durian season is a celebrated time of year. Families will gather around a freshly opened durian, eating the flesh with their hands and washing it down with water from a hollow in the shell, which is believed to neutralize the heatiness of the fruit. It's also incredibly versatile. It's used to make candies, ice cream, milkshakes. A famous Singaporean dish is durian and durian, pastries, and even savory dishes where it's fried with onions and chili paste. The devotion is so strong that people will spend a small fortune on premium varieties with names like Musang King or D24, which can cost upwards of hundreds of dollars for a single fruit. However, for the other half of the population, the experience is pure torture. The smell is so overpowering that it triggers a gag reflex. It's not just a dislike, it's a physical, visceral reaction of disgust. This is why the bans exist. On an airplane, where air is recirculated, the smell of one durian could permeate the entire cabin and linger for multiple flights, causing distress for passengers and crew. In hotels, the smell can soak into curtains, carpets, and bedding, requiring expensive deep cleaning. The strength of the odor comes from those volatile compounds, which are essentially tiny, airborne molecules that are extremely effective at binding to the olfactory receptors in our nose. Our brains are hardwired to recognize some of these compounds as signs of danger or rot, an evolutionary warning system to avoid eating spoiled, toxic food. For durian haters, their brain is screaming poison, even though the fruit is perfectly safe and nutritious. This divide is what makes the durian so fascinating. It's a living example of how subjective our senses are. There is no right or wrong reaction. It's a fruit that forces a reaction, that demands you to have an opinion. You can't be neutral about durian. Beyond the taste and smell, the durian is a nutritional powerhouse. It's packed with energy, vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins, minerals like potassium and manganese, and healthy fats. It's also high in tryptophan, an amino acid that the body uses to produce serotonin, the feel-good hormone, which might explain why eating it can produce such a sense of happiness and contentment in its fans. So, the next time you hear about the world's smelliest fruit, I want you to think beyond the joke. The durian is a masterpiece of natural selection, a cultural icon, and a scientific marvel. It challenges our perceptions and reminds us that beauty and deliciousness are truly in the eye, or the nose, of the beholder. It's a fruit that commands respect, inspires passion, and creates stories that last a lifetime. It is, without a doubt, the most gloriously contradictory food on earth.